Hi guys, it has been a while since I did my last YouTube video, but somehow I felt called to do another one now, and I just have so much stuff on my chest and I don't even know where to start. And yeah, I'm sitting in the car, it's raining, you might hear it a little bit. I find it quite meditating, so we just accept it as it is. But what I want to talk about today is simply my observations, what is going on in our society and why no one speaks about it, why we don't learn about the things that matter the most. And well, I don't know where to start, but I just start. And I stopped filming, I don't know, let's say half a year ago, because I don't know, it just felt like I need to do more of the inner work first and observe more and get more in touch with myself and thyself and people around me in order to be ready again to share what I've learned. And currently I am really digging deep into our birth charts and why we are here on Earth and how everything is internally connected. And for example, what I recently discovered is that the matrix, capitalism, call it whatever you want, this created big bubble which is still ruling the world, unfortunately, is based on the lack of love, quite literally. And when we are reuniting with ourselves, when we recall all of our energies which we have spent, well, into the matrix, into the capitalism, we feel whole immediately. Immediately, not that with one thought in 1 second it changed, but very, very consistently we will recall our energies and we will recall our wholeness. And I was very interested in twin flame or divine counterpart unions, obviously because I'm married, and looking back on how fast everything happened, I'm still amazed because it literally happened in an instant. I had zero thoughts, I was zero prepared mentally, I didn't even want to have a relationship at that time, but I ran into him and I knew it. After 5 minutes, I knew everything. I had a vision, I saw it, I felt it in my heart, and it was clear. There was no doubt. And you all know that we learn most when we let time pass. So now with time, like more than 1.5 years have passed, I see everything more clearly and realize what was actually going on back then. And it's so powerful. And I also observed my behaviors. Like the second we met, so much fell apart, like so much toxicity and so much force, and I don't know, all this weird obsessive behavior just fell apart and peace increased. And I was asking myself the question if capitalism and the matrix literally operate because they are teaching us this lack of love, or educate us in a way that we completely lose touch with ourselves, that we completely lose touch with nature, with God, the universe, however you want to call it. But mostly it all starts because we lose touch with ourselves. We get into school and everything gets thrown at us. 10, 11 different subjects a week. Everything is crazy. So many people, so much to learn, so much to remember, so much to do. But why is nothing about learning to love yourself? Why is nothing about who you are, about spirit, consciousness, about emotions, about learning to heal and deal with your nervous system? First of all, getting educated about the things that you have, but well, you don't learn anything about it in school, you know? And if we would learn about nervous system, emotions, consciousness, about our chakras, about healing throughout life, because life happens and pain is inevitable, suffering also to a degree is inevitable. And I just observe how through school and university we lose absolutely everything. Like our entire connection is gone, and then for our entire lives we suffer, we seek, we crave, we desire, we never feel like we got it, we never feel whole, we never feel fulfilled. And that can be undone, so I believe. And I was looking at, well, the matrix and all the things that are going on with the farmer and the corporations and our work culture and, well, the dating culture and shopping culture, consumer culture, everything. And literally, I believe that's because when we are at home, it can be a physical place, depending on the state you are in your life. But when we are at home inside of ourselves, what do you want more? Sure, we need the money to buy a house or food or something, but what do we need more? And also, the paradox thing is, when we're at home within, when we feel that we have everything miraculously comes to us. So it's a trick, and I mean, it took very long for me to get there, and I'm still healing, I'm still learning. But I observe that literally every human being is seeking the same, searching for the same. And of course, we express ourselves differently. Some are more drawn to the artist direction, education, teaching, psychology, construction work, whatever it is. But at the end, we all seek the same. And I believe that the work culture and our societies, how we used to know it, are falling apart right now. Also because of the stars. I don't know how much you know about it, but a couple of days ago, there was a massive shift, and now Pluto for the next 20 years is in Aquarius. And Aquarius is all about technology, innovation, revolution, humanitarian work, higher consciousness awakening. And I really have the hope again that we as a collective society will rise above our old limiting, destructive, manipulative circumstances. Because for some reason, I mean, so you need to know that Pluto moved from Capricorn. Capricorn is all about discipline, about order, about structure. And there's nothing wrong with it particularly, unless it's out of balance. And I mean, every single thing in this world can be used for the good and the bad, for creating life, for destroying life, for creating peace and harmony, for taking it away. So also now with this Aquarius energy, it needs to be grounded because it's very wild, it's very forward thinking, it's very controversial thinking, and these energies need to be grounded so that we as a society, as a community can benefit from it in a healthy way. And I really have the hope that we all feel that something in our world is changing rapidly, and that we stick together and that we don't run around and, I don't know, spread the fears more, how dangerous AI is, how dangerous technology is. Because yes, to a certain degree it is, and so to a certain degree it's not. I believe it becomes really dangerous when it gets used in a way that it just takes away our sanity, you know? And yeah, I have the hope. And I also have the hope that people start to believe in love again, and that they, or that we together learn that. But you know, the problem is, I'm thinking every day how that can be achieved. And I know and I feel that only if we receive a different education from an early age on, from kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, we need to have different tools in order to be a human being and have a real, fulfilling, meaningful experience, because every single day is a perfect whole thing and every day has so much potential. And I am so sad because we don't learn nothing about these things. We don't learn how to love ourselves. We don't learn how to build something in this world that serves others while it is serving ourselves, in a way that while we're doing it, we feel joy, we feel gratitude, we feel bliss, you know, because at least me, I'm coming from a family, normal workers, you know, there was nothing creative, nothing about dreams, nothing about fulfillment. I mean, everything that I'm talking about right now, that was not from my family. The only thing that was very spiritual was my grandma. She believed in Christ, and she was so pure and enlightened, and she really inspired me. But I was younger, so I didn't understand what she was really talking about. But now looking back on it, it's shining in a different light. And yeah, I just wanted to say that I have a feeling that our school systems, they literally take away our love for learning, our love for ourselves, and our love for life. I mean, maybe some people have the dream to become a lawyer at a young age. I had a friend, and then they went to university for 10 years, and it was so expensive, and it was so hard, and now they hate it. They have this degree, but they hate the reality of it. And I don't know why we are so obsessed with work, but I believe that everything that's an extreme, everything that's an obsession, comes from a deep, deep, deep feeling of being unfulfilled, being not worthy, being not loved. I cannot imagine that a person who is really feeling completely loved and fulfilled would choose a path and accept a work environment or any other environment where you destroy yourself, quite literally. And observing what's going on in our world, we see these extremes everywhere. And I believe it's time to break it. I believe it's time to build something new from ground on the ashes of this old work culture, of the old societies, and to recall our humanity and to reconnect with God and to reconnect to spirit. I mean, you can believe in all religions, you can believe in no religions, but what is certain is that everything is energy and that everything is frequency and vibration. I mean, yes, we see with our eyes, we see the earth, we see ourselves, we see others, but everything is energy, and what we see is matter, but it's still energy, you know. And if you, I mean, that's how I started, for example. If you just observe your energy without analyzing it at first, what makes you feel joyful? What makes you feel excited to wake up? What gives you energy? That's what you're called to do. Like, if it's sucking your energy, it's not good. It's not how life should be. So if you feel drained and exhausted every day, it's because you're doing something wrong. You are not connected with your calling, with your destiny, with your highest self. I don't know these words. I mean, they're just words, okay? So take it how it resonates, but it's just a sign. And from everything that I observe, it's like so many people, especially in modern Western society, spend their entire days, weeks, months, years in this exhausted, drained energy. And then automatically they attract more of it because that's what they're vibrating on. So if we don't have inner peace, if we don't have love for ourselves and for nature and for God, and if we don't slow down, take a step back and learn how to breathe again, we will attract more of everything that we don't want, naturally. So that's why you do not need to believe in God in order for the law of energies, frequency and vibration to work for you. This is physics. Some people believe that it's all creator, source and God. So do I. But I also know that it's all spirit and okay, it came out again. But I also know that it's all physics. That everything is energy. And for me, it's really challenging because I'm currently healing my nervous system, because I just realized that based on all those years where I was homeless and in survival mode and fighting every day, somehow it's still in my body. So now I'm not in these states anymore. I'm safe, I have a home, I'm loved, everything. But my body is still remembering to wake up how it used to wake up. So very often in the mornings I would catch myself and my heart is racing. I don't know, my cortisol is spiking and I just feel so stiff and tight and anxious in my body, and I'm like, but wait a minute, I'm not in these environments anymore. Why do I still feel the same? And then I realized that I need to work on reprogramming my brain so that it sends different signals to my body. So what I started to do then is I was actually using the second brain. And I was asking for writing me intentions for peace of mind, for clarity and focus, for divine direction, for just like for love, for beauty, for my career, but mostly for peace, because I believe that everything comes from peace and love. If we have inner peace, if we feel love, everything good is coming to us. Wow, look, the rain is so beautiful. So, I mean, because I was feeling a little lost. I didn't know if I'm doing the right intentions, so it was really helpful for me to work with, the second brain and let it phrase for me. And now what I'm doing is every morning and every evening, I'm just reading them, I'm whispering them out loud. And it really helps me to stay grounded, and it really helps me to reprogram my brain. And I already realized the effects. I'm only doing this for a week now, and I already realized that I start to believe in it, and that is so beautiful. I mean, it feels so empowering that you can trick your brain, which then tricks your body, though it's not really a trick, but it is, because you're not yet believing and feeling it, but automatically as the days and the weeks pass on, you feel it. And yeah, guys, my dream is to build a community of people where we can share what we really think, what we're really going through, so that we can really see one another. Because I have a background, I'm still working in the entertainment industry. I was acting and modeling, and I'm also writing, and I have my own company now and everything. And what I realized is that we're all wearing the mask so thick and so weird. I find it so weird. I was probably doing it myself, like everyone else. Show my best sides, always be this and that, but I'm like, but why? Why do we need to be actors and performers on a daily basis in our daily lives? Well, and then I realized, because our entire societies, our systems, our work culture, our education system is unnatural. Because if it would be natural, then we wouldn't even start or feel or do putting on a mask. Because if it would really be aligned with us, if it would really be natural for us, we could be ourselves and would be supported in expanding ourselves. But instead, we are not doing that. We are just becoming a puppet for the matrix that serves capitalism, that serves consumerism, that serves the pharma industry, that serves the corporations. But it's not serving ourselves. We are losing ourselves. We are losing our love for life, for nature, for God, for everything. Everything just becomes serious and empty, and then we're already so depressed that we just keep going and we don't question. We gave up. And how? Why is our society a system that destroys us? I just don't understand, and I also really want to be a mom at the moment, so hopefully it will work soon. And I'm just thinking what to do to raise children differently and to really help these beautiful souls in these young bodies to stay true to themselves, to just discover life from their perspective, to explore, to stay curious, to learn. And I want to teach everything through love and peace and awareness. Yes, I know that consistency, discipline, and structure is also important, but I just believe in different ways, because I don't understand how, like, one school that has, let's say, 30 people per class, okay, can do it the same way. If every single one is so different, some are, they all have a different pace, they all have different interests, but it seems like we're all getting numbed. Everything gets taken away, and I don't know what we have transformed into, but it's just empty shells, which is completely understandable. And I think it's so dangerous that everyone is left on their own, and that what we have to do, because otherwise we get in problem with the government in relation to school right now, is destroying us. Like, who came up with such thing? It's time to change it. And yes, that's probably the message of this video, that it is time to change the education system so that we fall back in love with ourselves, or if we start from an early age on, which I really hope, not take away the beauty, the light, the spark, the energy, the courage, the curiosity, and the unique gifts and talents and interests and strengths and perspectives and everything from the soul that come to earth. I'm very passionate about creating a new education system. I just don't know how, and I pray that this video finds the people who can resonate with it, and who also have these thoughts and who want to build a community, because I know that as a collective we can achieve so much more. So if you have ideas or thoughts or just an opinion about this entire education system and the way it has been done, is happening right now, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I would love to just start, I don't know, a series of videos where we just talk, you know, where we just talk and let it out and be honest, get raw and real here. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into my channel. I will upload again, and you have a good day. Bye.